Hello, everyone, and welcome back into another episode of the Bet on Me podcast. It is Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. Let me go ahead and get situated here. We got the floating mic, the mystical floating mic. I like the floating mic. I think it's interesting. Just getting a little closer here. That way I can do some talking, and probably soon we're going to cut out this background here, and we're going to start um with a original background. We have to rearrange in here, but today, guys, we're going to be talking about some baseball. I know you guys out there watched the hockey game the other night, and I really didn't have anything to say about it the other day. I lost the under bet that I had the other day, but I figured the Tampa Bay Lightning, sorry, had a brain freeze there for a minute, the Tampa Bay Lightning would get the win over the Avalanche, but it's just looking like the Avalanche are just too much for them, and they're gonna get the win. The Lightning, they could get it tonight. I don't know. This one, it's really a toss up for me, honestly, because just you know nobody's on the Lightning. Everybody, the Avalanche are just it's all coming in. Everybody's on the over. I just think that's one I would stay away from. I would enjoy watching it, but I wouldn't bet on it. If you want to sprinkle a little something right there on the Avalanche, it opened up at minus 125 and now it's sitting at minus 175. So anything past, 150 for me is really a no go. I mean, 150 is still kind of low, but, you know, that's just something. In my opinion, do I think the Lightning can get another game? I think they maybe get another game, but being at home in Colorado for the Avalanche, I really think they put it away and win the Stanley Cup tonight. It's been a good playoffs, and I'm loving that the games are televised here in America now. Able to watch them. It's been a lot of fun keeping up with them, winning some money on these NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. But we're gonna move on. We're waiting on football, and I think it's like less than 80 days, 88 days, something like that, until football gets here, and we are super super excited for that. Love betting on football. Do a lot better on football. I think everybody does. I think all cappers do pretty decent when it comes to football. So sorry, we're gonna move this out of the way just a little bit more when it comes to football, because I think football is a little bit easier to bet on than baseball, and overs unders on baseball is just ridiculous. There's games that come out and you're like, yeah, they'll probably score like 9 and they don't even score but one run, and then there's games where you're like, yeah, they're going to score like 3 total, and it goes to like 21. So baseball is extremely hard, and they have so many different pitchers and players. You know, it's a hard sport to master when it comes to betting. I'm just saying football seems to be what everyone likes to bet on, what everyone's looking forward to bet on, and it's almost here. We can't wait for it. But let's talk about some of these MLB bets today. We've got the Mariners and the Athletics coming up here very soon, actually. So I guess there's really no point in me giving out a pick for that to you guys. Um, yeah, it's looking like the Mariners could take it, but I don't know. The Athletics. Mm, I think the Athletics get it straight up. I don't know. Maybe the Athletics get it on the money line. That's plus 105. That's why I would take the Athletics, but that game's about to start. So let's go ahead and get over here to these few games. I think we got 3 on the docket for tonight. Yeah, we've got the Astros and the Yankees. So Astros, Yankees, money line. We've got more bets coming in for the Yankees. More money on the Yankees. That's minus 125. Opened up at minus 140. We've got, man, I think the Astros. I think the Astros get this one tonight, plus 108, because it's looking like everybody in town is taking the Yankees. So I think Sorry, I'm picking these live for you guys right now. If it's taking a minute, if you're like, what is this guy doing? I'm actually looking at the lines as we speak. I look at them all the time, constantly. I just come in here and I just look at them. I look at them. I look at them. I watch them change, go up and down. How much money's coming in? How much money? Like I watch it like all night. It's an addiction. But if you want my pick on the Astros Yankees, I would take the Astros on the money line. That's not a lot of money's coming in, not a lot of bets are coming in on that one. It's looking like everybody's taking the Yankees both ways on the point spread, and that's plus 160 on the point spread there, minus 1.5 for the Yankees. That's 67% of the bets coming in. 79% of the money is what I'm tracking right now, guys, and that is a lot. Total's 8. It's looking like the under is getting, the least amount of the bets, and the over is getting the most with the most money at 68% over 32%. So we'd probably take the under, and we'd probably take the Astros. So we definitely take the Astros on the money line. If you want to parlay that together with the under, go under 8.5 or 9. Give yourself some space there, maybe 9.5. Just give yourself a little room there for error. Also, it's always good to do that. That's what I do. I give myself, you might lose a little money on the deal, but giving yourself a little room for error. And sometimes that little extra 1.5 is exactly what you need to win that bet. Also, we got the Orioles and the White Sox playing tonight. It's looking like the White Sox are favored on the money line on the point spread minus 1.5. That's plus 133. And the White Sox are favored on the money line minus 155. The Orioles are not getting hardly any money at all on the point spread or the money line, so that's something you could look at right there. Let's see, over 9 at plus 100 is getting no money, and the under 9 of minus 118 is getting all the money, 84% of the money to 16% of it for what I'm looking at right here, guys. So if you want my bet, I guess you could just go ahead. If you have ways to look at the money, you could just go ahead and look at my picks, but not all of them are that way. Sometimes I do take into account other things, but like the White Sox tonight, I think the White Sox, I think they win the game, but I think the Orioles keep it within 1. So I take the Orioles on the point spread plus 1.5 at minus 145, and I would more than likely take that with the over the 8.5 or 8. Anytime I take over totals or under totals, anytime I take totals, I like to give myself a little bit of room, just a 1.5, maybe a point more, depending on who's playing, who's pitching, who's up to bat in the games. You know what I mean, guys? You got to give yourself a little bit more room there. But yeah, we take the Orioles plus 1.5 on the money line, minus 145, and the over of 8.5 is what I believe we would go with on that one. Because I don't want to get stuck at 9. Anyway, let's go to the Phillies and the Padres, last game of the night. It's looking like the Phillies are not favored in this game. The Padres are minus 162. It's looking like 70% of the bets in are coming in on the money line for them, and the Phillies are only getting about 30% of that money. As far as the over under on the total, it's setting at 7, 7.5. It's setting at 7 where it opened, and 7.5, I believe, is where it's at, or 7, depending on which sports book you look at here. We'll check that real quick for you guys. But I think 7.5. So over 7.5 is plus 104. Under 7.5, you take it under 7 plus 100 there. It's looking like over is getting less money, but more of the bets, and the under is getting less bets and more money. Now that's a tricky one right there when you're looking at the money lines and how much money these bets are getting, because I like to stay away from a lot of public money, but at the same time, if there's a lot of money but few people making those bets, it's like, do they know something we don't? So I don't know. I'll probably stay away from the total in this one, and I gotta say, I probably take the. I want to take the Phillies. I'm gonna take the Phillies on the money line. Correct. Take the Phillies on the money line. That's what I want to do. I almost want to take the Padres just because of the way this is looking. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it is what it is, guys. So that's the picks for tonight on the MLB. There's really nothing else going on right now other than these couple games in baseball. Looking forward to the NFL to get back. Drafts coming up. We got all kinds of things going on here in sports still, even though we're in a bunch of off seasons for things. And we've got that Stanley Cup coming up and more than likely be over Friday. So we'll talk about that. And guys, one last thing I'd like to talk about on the show is CapperTech, guys. It's a website that I use. Uh, I give my picks out on there as one of the cappers. It's a great service. It has all kinds of tools that you need to make your daily picks from the cap census. It's got the game simulator, the trend finder, the betting tools. You can get on there and find podcasts. You can log into an account and make your own account and find picks, buy picks, track picks, just all kinds of things, guys. CapperTech, want to give a shout out to them because they help out a lot what we do around here on the Bet On Me podcast, guys. So just want to give them a shout out and let you guys know about them. And I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can go check that out. Remember, that's cappertech.com, guys, and you go check those guys out. They've really helped out my betting percentage. It's really went up since I've started using them. Anyway, guys, that's the podcast. Really appreciate everyone who listens. I know baseball isn't, the sport of choice to bet on, but we're going to keep betting on it. And I think we got some WNBA action. I don't know exactly when that's going on because those games, there's so few televised, but we'll try to check it out and see what's going on. If there's some games on tonight, I apologize. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and we're going to get out of here. Don't forget to go get those bets in.